Hello and welcome to another Super Show, Cook on Sunday. Yes, we're back to discuss more cooking theories and everything this show has every week. But this week in particular, we thought we'd go through some of our best restaurants we've dined in the UK, different locations, and we'd discuss other interesting topics to do with that, chain restaurants, do them, etc., etc. It's going to be a fun show to do. And joining me as always are my three cohorts for this show. We need as many as we can. John Leng, Nick Davis, and Chris. Welcome to the show, chap.
Hello.
Hello.
So here we go. Guys, right, when we do meals out and things like that. So let's say it's a special occasion. How do you choose the restaurant? What criteria do you do? Do you go on somebody's recommendation? Do you go on what you fancy?
Depends who's paying, Lee.
Yeah.
The criteria, isn't it?
Is there a voucher code?
Is there a voucher? Am I picking up the tab? No? Fine. Then we'll go to like a 3-star Michelin restaurant. Yeah.
Chris, if it's your wealthy outlaws, you're picking somewhere devastatingly expensive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely right. I've eaten extensively on other people's dollar over the years, so I'm well versed in fine dining. But a lot of fine dining, as we'll doubtless discuss, it is remarkably poor value. If you want to sate hunger, fine dining is probably not the way to go. There are some extraordinarily bad Michelin restaurants and fine dining establishments across the country, so it's no guarantee that you've got a star that you're going to get quality food, I don't think.
And my very good friend John Leng, he loves his oysters. So John, what do you look for a special occasion? If you're taking a good friend out or somebody's offering to take you out, what's the criteria?
Atmosphere is the biggie for me.
Yeah.
I want to go somewhere where everybody's going to feel comfortable and relaxed and enjoy themselves. The food would be the second most important aspect, not the first.
Interesting.
I'd like to think I know enough places where the atmosphere is good and the food's good. You know?
You wouldn't do that Afghan restaurant then where you have to sit on floor.
There are tables and chairs in there.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit on the floor, luckily.
Yeah.
I don't intend ever going there and sitting on the floor. You know,
Chris, Nick, if me and John ever went in there, it'd be like...
You get up if you sat down.
It'll be like final scene in Rocky 2. He knocks Apollo Creed out and
Struggling to get up.
clinging to ropes, side at ring, and you're
Can't get up, yeah.
grabbing anything. Yeah. I'd say when it comes to picking where to eat, for me, all the time, what sort of mood I'm in that week or what I fancy. John took me out once to a fish chain restaurant, looked fine. And I was happy with that because I did actually quite fancy a fish meal, and John devoured oysters, his favourite tipple now and again. I think it's with me, it's what you fancy. Sometimes you just eat for a steak, sometimes it's Chinese. So that's first and foremost. I'll try and book it as late as I can so I know what I'm in mood for, and then it usually goes on reviews. Or if I've got a go-to, which I know, then obviously I'll pick that.
Question here. Has anyone ever eaten an Aberdeen Angus? I've never known anyone's eaten
I have.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, you're the only person I know.
If the sentiment of despair was made real, an Aberdeen Angus steakhouse would be the definition of despair. Red vinyl banquettes and dead-eyed Ukrainian waitresses. It's the most horrible, unedifying occasion is eating in one of those places. They are awful. Absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
I thought it was just for tourists.
Yeah.
All the time I've been alive. Chris is the first person to admit into eating one.
And they are awful.
Yeah,
They're just gloomy places. Dreadful.
Yeah.
Has anyone done Hooters?
No. But we'd like to.
I'm just going back to John and his atmosphere.
You wouldn't worry about the food.
Atmosphere's first.
Well, I should maybe stated I like a positive atmosphere.
For atmosphere, 1979, 80.
Yeah.
Animos, it was a Greek restaurant in Charlotte Street. The food wasn't great at all, but it was just people used to go to staff parties. There'd be a lot of breaking things.
Smashing plates and chucking things about.
Yeah, it was fun. Everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves.
Waving their arms about. Everyone in the 80s who were Greek were called Stavros, weren't they?
Yeah. I'm a bit older than you, but I didn't eat out at any restaurant until I was about 16, 17.
Wow.
I
I did. I'll tell you where it was. It was old Bernie Inns.
Yeah.
Where they did burn the steaks, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was well named. I used to get taken out to them. And
Prawn cocktail to start and a partially defrosted Sara Lee Gatto. for rafters. It was always frozen in the middle.
Yeah.
Just come out of the freeze.
That's the one, yeah.
Always rock hard, big chunk of ice. But that was the height of fine dining. When I was a kid, my mum and dad used to have like a bottle of Black Tower to go with it because that's slightly better than Blue Nun.
Hey!
Right.
And that was the height of sophistication.
Black Tower and Blue Nun back
That's
then, wasn't it?
Yeah, man.
I think Indian restaurants started springing up when I was about 18, 19, and then they suddenly hit her in the 80s. I remember my friend Stuart Kenny telling me about Paddy Calcutta's, one of the first Indian restaurants to open in Dublin. And on the menu, they had such items as vodka and tomato soup and salmon curry in brackets tinned. That was the early Indian restaurants.
I remember early ones. An experience that was. I think they're a lot more refined now in terms of what they offer. But yeah, back then it was a bit...
Especially when they used to get a curry sauce and just pour it on the chicken.
Yeah.
Special occasion. What do we think to like the tasting course menu, or do you prefer massive portions or dining out? Chris, I know you allured to it earlier on in the show where you said that some really bad value on these Michelin star.
And they tend to be in the tasting course, chef's table type things. They're never as good. You get a tiny amount of food. And I think what often restaurants overlook is you just want to be filled up as well. As you want something that tastes fantastic, but you want to be filled up. You don't want to come out feeling hungry. And I think a lot of these restaurants forget that.
I've been to quite a few of these called arty-farty Michelin star places. I'll contradict myself in a bit because my favourite restaurant ever was a tasting menu restaurant. I've never had food like it. It was like food porn. But I have been to several others where exactly what you say, Chris. You leave and you think, I need to go for a Chinese.
Yeah, totally. But you're 600 quid down for two people. You think, hang on a minute, what's that about?
Yeah. It's ludicrously expensive. It's like a generalisation thing, though. There are some that are just phenomenally good.
Yeah.
But again, it just depends on the chef.
Yeah.
The chef has got to be damn good, because if you're paying that kind of money, he has to produce top quality stuff. John, what's your thoughts on Michelin star tasting menus versus your typical, we'll go and have a massive steak?
As long as they don't take the piss, I don't mind them. I've been to several tasting menus and I've come out feeling pretty full.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely against them at all.
No, you'll get good and bad restaurants, and you'll get good and moderate to poor.
If you're paying top dollar for small portions, those portions have to be outstanding. Okay, you might not leave feeling completely satisfied, but if the taste is phenomenal, you're prepared to wear that. But you get a lot of them where you get small portions and an opportunity for the chef to exhibit his craft and skill. You think, well, that's not that great. And worse than that, it's a small portion of something that's not that great. And there are loads of those out there that are just charging through the nose, I think, for what is pretty average food.
Dick, have you ever done the fine dining thing, the tasting menu stuff?
No. I've never had a tasting menu in my life.
It does put a lot of people off. If you're paying good money out for, say, a quality meal, you think, oh, I kind of like that tasting menu, but you know that your bit of fillet that comes, it's going to be the size of a squash ball.
Yeah.
And you think, is that really what I want? That could be the main course out of the tasting course. And you think, so I get people that think like that. I've had good and bad experiences. I can only say what experience myself. The UK's top restaurant in 2025 was actually the Ritz in London, which surprised me, because that's got to be probably one of the worst value for money restaurants there is. Well, I'm not saying planet, because obviously I know Dubai is expensive, Japan can be expensive, but they do a breakfast apparently at the Ritz is like 50 quid for a full English. Go in some minute.
Yeah.
Apparently it has been reviewed and it is quality. Have any of you guys ever been to the Ritz or dined at the Ritz?
No.
Yeah, I dined at the Ritz twice.
Have you? Look at you.
Look at me, Flash Harry. And I've also dined at the private members club, which is underneath the Ritz where the casino is. It was phenomenal. And I think at the time that I dined at the Ritz upstairs, Spencer Metzger, the executive chef there, and he's a young kid. I think if you remember, there's that programme, Great British Menu, where they go around the country and they get vote on various dishes that these chefs produce, and they serve them all at a grand banquet in aid of something in the last programme. And I think he holds the record. I mean, he ended up cooking every single dish one year because he's that good. Well, yes, it's hugely expensive, but as a once-in-a-lifetime thing, it's the Ritz. You're paying not just for the quality of the food, but the fact it's the Ritz. But I remember going downstairs with a kid there, and they've actually at the casino, they've got obviously fruit machines down there. And a kid says to me, he said, I'm not really a gambler. He said, I'm going to go on the machine. I said, what are you going to shoot up? He said, I've got 50 quid here. I'm going to knock that out. I said, go on then. He said, I'm going to go and have a piss first. I'll come back. He said, no, I'll go and play on the machines. And he said, wait a minute. I said, are you going to play on the machines? He said, I have. He said, didn't realise it was 50 quid a spin. He thought he was going to be there all night.
Sure, fair now.
Shooting up 10p, £50 a spin. He put his 50 in, one spin, no cherries for you. And that was him done. But it is a different world. Certainly that piece of West End real estate, which Nick will know very well, Mayfair, Bond Street, it is an economy within an economy. And people will pay that money because the food was phenomenal. Not the best meal I've ever had, but really, really good.
At least one of us has done it. I've never done it. I've probably had chances to where I've thought about it. Shall we just do it for shits and giggles?
Yeah.
It's the Ritz.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do it now with cost of living.
No.
That everyone's suffering now. It's ridiculous.
I've eaten at Claridge's as well, and someone pulled me up. Apparently, if you're a regular at Claridge's, you pronounce it Clarges. It's the way they can tell whether you're a regular or just sort of new money that's blown in for a meal. So always say,
New money.
Clarges. I had a meal there. That was really, really good. But is it worth the money? No, it's food, isn't it? And think what you could get with that money nowadays. If you've got plenty and it doesn't matter, yeah, go for it. But if you have to think about it.
John, I take it you've not done the Ritz. Not your kind of establishment, I wouldn't have thought.
I wouldn't have minded going, but when I'm not on my patch, I tend to let whoever I'm with call the shots and put faith in them that they know what they're doing and they'll drag me around somewhere that's more than half decent.
Fair play to you, really. You actually do that. When I've been out here in York, you'll just let me usually whip it in York, or you'll just say, well, if it's Chinese, we might do red chili in York. I'm saying with you, to be fair. Stand by, folks, because me and John are going to be doing a review soon on a restaurant in Middlesbrough. So that's going to be good content, and I think you'll get a lot out of it, and we'll have some fun doing the commentary.
You having Palm over there?
No, I think John, he was sick.
Right chance of getting a blowy off the chef, Nick.
There's definitely no Palmo for John after making him do his Palmo recipe on the last show. We've done the Ritz, so Chris has, anyway.
Rick, I am known there, yeah. I've watched a few dishes there at the end of the night, yeah. Your credit card is no good, sir. Your money's no good, yeah.
First name terms, of
Turn
course.
up with a pair of marigolds, yeah, clean up there.
I tell you, let's come on to the top restaurants in the UK you've eaten at. And Nick is Mr. Alan Wicker, world traveller, so I don't mind if Nick sticks in one from abroad, really.
We've got two. One from a long time ago. It's still there. I haven't been since 1981. But it was wonderful. It was called Last Days of the Raj in Drury Lane. I've been to see Randy Crawford. She was excellent. We went to the Last Days of the Raj with me and the lovely Deborah. It was absolutely exceptional. It was quite expensive even then. I've never been back since. And the other one was in Ballina in Ireland, Bleak Castle.
All right.
It was absolutely brilliant. We had the fresh fish and lobster there. And it was £160 the bill for one night in 1984.
Whoa.
Wow. That with inflation would be probably 4 times that now, maybe 5 times that.
It's bed, breakfast, and one evening meal, yeah.
And a blowy, Nick?
No, I didn't have to give the chef one, but...
Nick, where was that Italian place that you told another Barstewards member Jack to go to, Italia?
Harry's Bar in Venice. That's Carpaccio and Aperol Spritz.
Very nice.
And that's now a plate of Carpaccio, which is I absolutely love. Yeah. And an Aperol Spritz is now about €58.
Right.
But I went there a few years ago. And there's not much to look at the bar. It's very, very old-fashioned, but it's famous going back from the stars years and years ago.
Good stuff. Harry's Bar Venice as well from Nick, the multi-travelled one. Chris, you must have got some absolute top stuff from your glory days.
When life was good, I think the best restaurant I've ever eaten at, and people will say, oh, well, it's a bit of a cliche, was Raymond Blanc's place, Le Manoir au Cap Saison. Now, it's obviously super famous. There's not really a dark one there, but that was, without a shadow of a doubt, the best tasting food I've ever had. I took my son there, and we ate like pigs. And I tell you, the bill was £1,200 for 2 of us.
Wow. Where is that situated?
It's in Oxfordshire. It's a big old manor house. I mean, he uses it to film a TV programme a couple of years ago. It's got 1 Michelin star. You can't justify it. You think, oh, fuck, you spend 1,200 quid. Well, I'll tell you what, a tiny bottle of Coke, well, those little mixer ones were there.
Yeah.
18 quid. And I didn't work this out to the end. When it came for the bill, I thought, how much? I thought it'd be about 5,500 quid, right? Because we went for the full Monty tasting menu. But the drinks were like 30 quid a go. So that's where they make their dough. But saying all that, as an experience, I would recommend it to anyone. And you could eat there for a lot less because I wasn't particularly shrewd.
Do you have that tomato broth that he does? Chris?
Yes, had that. And I tell you, John, from the minute you sit down, the service was incredible. We were sat in like an orangery there. So, yeah, you're paying for all that. I get all that. Even the bread rolls, all hand-baked, they were warm. You had ones with little bits of bacon in it. They were just indescribably good. You think, well, how good can a bread roll be? You could have sat there, John, and ate all the bread rolls and come out thinking, I've had a great meal. That was the variety of flavour just in the bread rolls. We had a fish course and meat course. It was fabulous from start to finish. Now, could you justify it? Absolutely not. It's ridiculous currently. But at the time, it's head and shoulders. And I've eaten lots of these places which people rave about. That was miles better. It was my kind of food. It was, I wouldn't say it was plain. There wasn't too much technicality to it. The chefs weren't showcasing their talents. It was just proper food and it was delicious. Really good. Unreal. It was far and away the best meal I've had. And I've had some good ones, but that was different gear.
Good stuff. I'm going to check this out after the show, actually.
The second best I had, which wasn't far away, is a 3-star Michelin one. Again, went with my son again. And it's Hélène Darroze at the Connaught Hotel. Now, that's a lot fancier. There's a lot more technical cooking. If you have the tasting menu, they can give you a tour of the kitchens afterwards, and that's incredible. I mean, the kitchens are like some out of like Moonbase Alpha, incredibly well kitted out. The only problem with that one was there was too much food. And by course number 8 of 10, we just thought, I don't want any more. But so, get that down. I said to him, I've paid for that. You're having that. Oh, I feel sick. Eat it. To finish it. But it was far too much food, but very, very rich. It was delicious.
Did she follow Angela Hartnett in there, Chris?
No, it was Hélène Darroze is the executive chef there. And she was at the time actually doing the cooking. Brilliant.
Had she gone in after Angela Hart?
Yes, she had. She came from whatever group of hotels, I think, in Paris. And look, it was phenomenal. And she was actually doing the do. It wasn't like some of the Ramsay ones where he sticks his name on it and that's it. She was doing the do. And it was just a phenomenal experience. Now, again, ruinously expensive. It wasn't actually as expensive as Le Manoir, but beautiful stuff, but very, very rich. And if I had it again, I'd have probably just had a 3-course meal. It's so rich. You just, at the end of it, you think, I can't force this down. So I end up taking it home, like. But that was brilliant. That was almost as good Le Manoir, but not quite.
Phenomenal. John, you must have frequented some absolute gems in your time.
Hidden gems, I like to think of them as, that people probably haven't heard of.
Yeah.
I know 2 celebrity chefs, the kind of people that probably nobody's heard of. Mark Hicks.
Oh, Mark, I got a Mark Hicks story for you at the end.
It was at the forefront with Alistair Little when the British Food Revolution took place. I had a terrific meal. I had the mutton chop and oysters in the Hicks Oyster and Chop House near Smithfield Market back in the day.
Wow.
I think it'd be about 2007, 2008. Beautiful place, totally unpretentious. Your food brought to you, you were left alone unless there was a problem. It was just fantastic atmosphere and everything. The food was absolutely first class. Loved eating there. The other celebrity chef I know would be Jeremy Lee.
Yeah, he's great.
At Bibendum, Corradis, and was at Blueprint Cafe near Tower
He was
Bridge.
on that Great British Menu. That's where I know him from, because every year he was brilliant.
Yeah, he's been on there. He's a lovely fella. He'd sit and talk through the menu with you if he's not busy. And fantastic.
Yeah.
I would say the other 2 memorable meals would be I ate at St John. Again, you think I was a regular at Smithfield Market. You'll appreciate this, Lee. I had the roast bone marrow and parsley salad.
Oh, yeah, defo.
Followed by snails with barley and pig's trotter.
Oh, no, I'm not sure about the snails. No.
I don't know about that bit.
On top, yeah.
Fergus Henderson, a pioneer of nose-to-tail eating. Nothing got wasted in that restaurant.
Wow.
We used everything barring the squeak from a pig. The third place I would list actually would be a tasting menu, believe it or not.
Yep.
And just to illustrate the difference between London prices and what you can get up north, Pignut and the Hare at the top of Scarton Bank near Thirst. There is a 13-course tasting menu for £110 per person.
That ain't too bad at all. That's a bit of value.
There you go.
Absolutely fantastic. It is standout the best restaurant in Yorkshire for me.
And Yorkshire's got some phenomenal restaurants, hasn't it?
It goes by the name Pignut and the Hare now.
All right, they've changed name.
But it was the Hare Inn, and it's absolutely terrific.
Wow.
Right. I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to treat you, John. We're going to review that place.
What about us? Me and Nick? We're getting out. I'm plenty
You
of
live too
it.
far away down south.
It's always an excuse. You could bring a car down for us, couldn't you?
Us northerners look after each other, you know this.
Yeah.
Like secret handshake.
Chris, you did get a cheese and pickle roll on the train.
And a glass of Lipton's tea with your spit in it. He passed over the bottle, had all like spit in the top.
One of the best things about this place is the way that they construct the menu, because everything tends to be a surprise. The very first course on the menu is called Wastage.
Right.
It's a course that's designed around all the waste from the other courses to help them achieve zero waste.
That's clever, isn't it? That's skill.
But they just call it Wastage.
Gosh.
They do a meat course that's based around venison, and they just call it deer. And when it comes, you get the surprise because there's a smoked loin, there's a venison lollipop, and there's a braise as well. And it's honestly, it's just terrific.
Right.
To say about skill, John, about Mark Hicks, a lawyer I used to know, his best man at his wedding was Mark Hicks, right? And he said, he's a good pal of mine. He said, he's incredible. He told the story. He said he came home once late. This has gone on holiday or something. He opened the fridge, like exaggeration. He said there was like a jar of peanut butter and a playing card and a sachet of sugar in the fridge. So he rang Mark Hicks up and he said, do you want to go out for something to eat? And Hicks goes, no, I can't be bothered. So I'll come over and cook for you. He said, well, I've got like 3 things in. So Hicks said, don't worry about it. And Hicks opened the fridge and went, I've got my work cut out here. He said, but I shit you not. Remember the ingredients. So what he turned out, he said, was phenomenal. And it was a jar of something, maybe a bit of lettuce. He said, it's the best thing I've ever eaten. He said, it was incredible how he turned these ingredients into something amazing.
Amazing chef,
He invited me to Hicks's restaurant. He said, when Hicks is cooking. Now, Hicks's, I didn't realise, is somewhere on the spectrum. He's got no sense of humour. So he came over and he said, what do you think of the food? Well, I think I said, it's crap. And he looked at me and you'd think I'd stabbed him in the heart. So I'm only joking, but you said it was crap. I said, I didn't mean it. He kept mithering him. He said, why would you say it's crap? I said, it's a joke. It's phenomenal, incredible. And he went, I'm sorry you think it's crap. I said, I don't think it's crap. And he's absolutely no sense of humour at all. And he said, you fucked that up now. I'm going to have to apologise to him. I said, I was only joking because it was such a phenomenal meal. What can you say? He's heard everyone saying how amazing is that. A load of old shit, mate. I said, he's mortified. So I don't think we're ever invited back. But what a talented man. Really talented.
Yeah.
Great stuff. I'll finish the question off as quick as I can.
Yep.
Edinburgh Lodge is my best restaurant ever. Tasting menu.
Where is that, Lee? Just for listeners.
Sure, of course. Edinburgh Lodge is on the Isle of Skye. And the chef there is a chap called Callum Montgomery. He was Master Chef and he's currently Scottish Chef of the Year for 2025. And I can honestly say it is absolute food porn. The tasting menu there is phenomenal. Myself and the producer were just blown away by the quality and the taste of every dish. Even dishes that normally we wouldn't go for, he seemed to make work. And that, for me, is a sign of an outstanding chef. He's 2 stars. If you're up that way, obviously, but we may have Scottish listeners, get yourself over to the Isle of Skye. Special occasion, Edinburgh Lodge, you will not regret that. That is absolutely phenomenal stuff. Other ones, obviously, Fallow in London, people know about that. You can't go wrong with Fallow in London for meat. Anything on there, even fish.
Cob's head.
Yeah. Go for anything. The corn riblets there is something else. It's all open plan as well. You can see them cooking. It gets very busy at weekends. That's the only downgrade we gave it because of the service was very slow, but they were very busy, naturally. And 2 or 3 things in York, because obviously we'll get a lot of visitors to York for the race course, etc. So you're just visiting the city. It's a very popular city and very beautiful. But there's 3 things I would wholly recommend. If you want a steak, it's the Whip It In.
Whip it out, like saying.
Then that's what he does after.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
So the Whip It In does a very, very good steaks there. That's not to be missed. If you were fancying a Chinese, it would be red chili. In our opinion, that's the best Chinese in York. It does some of John Leng's roadkill that he likes as well, so it gets on very well with John. And all the Chinese eat there, so that's the tip in itself. Red chili is good for that. Indian pepper spice is our favourite Indian. And also, one left fielder here. This is for people on a lesser budget. If you're around town, search out the Duck Shack, which is 2 Chinese people that have settled in York. They are very, very good cooks and chefs. And they do all sorts like pork belly, aromatic duck. It is absolutely sublime and phenomenal. I cannot describe how good that place is. And you'll get a dish for 15 quid. So,
there you go.
2 a year, it's 30 quid. It's nothing flash, but that's where we're at in terms of York and go-to stuff on different budgets. The others that I mentioned are a bit more expensive, including red chili, the Chinese. That's not cheap, but it is absolutely phenomenal. Listeners, get in touch. This is where we need you in the comments on YouTube, Twitter. Get involved. Let us know your best restaurants. We may even try them out and review them, etc., etc. So get in touch. What are your favourite restaurants that you have enjoyed over time? Because I think this is really good for people when they're researching where to go in different parts of the country. Don't forget to click like and subscribe on YouTube. Click the bell button on there for notifying of our posts, because we're going to do random reviews, including a KFC fried chicken that we're going to attempt to replicate, and we believe we can. So stand by for that, because that could be a godsend for most people in this cost of living crisis, when you can make your own KFC without spending an arm.
Stand by for letters from America banning you from doing it. Legal
Take a look
injunction
at the rail track. A letter from America.
Worst concert I ever went to was the Proclaimers. I was given a bum steer by someone who said, "Oh yeah, you got to go to a different gearing concert." They were terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Next section of the show, chaps, and we're coming to Chris is getting annoying now, and if you cheat on this one, right, there could be a block.
No, I'm not cheating. I've peaked. Go on.
Chris is 2-0 up on the podcast. It's Chris 2, podcast 0. And it's a cooking term again. What does the term barding mean?
No. I can answer that. I haven't got a clue. I'm not even going to guess. So it's 2-1 to
yeah,
to
2-1.
I've no idea.
There. Anybody else? John, Nick, steal a point. Barding.
Barding's the body armour for war horses.
Yeah.
You know when they make the knights and the horses are all draped in the
Are you making these up? No, barding. What rubbish. Never heard of it. Nonsense. You're trying to cheat me. Go on, what is it?
The term barding is wrapping a lean meat with bacon to keep them moist and flavourful during cooking.
God, how am I meant to know that? Who knows that? That's not fair. Oh, dreadful people you are. Full dreadful people.
The producer, she was fed up of your 2-0.
Went on the dark web to find that. There's no such word, bard. I'm going to look it up now. Bard. How are you spelling that?
We couldn't have you going off like a catamaran round cows. Like going 3 and 4-0. We have to rein you back in a little bit. Goes to your head, this stuff.
But John's right. It's protective armour for war horses. And also culinary technique of John deserves a point actually for that, because that is a definition of it, and that's the primary definition.
John's on the podcast side, so it's now 2-2. John gets a bonus point.
Oh, what a rip! What an absolute rip! Yeah. Hey, ChatGPT, give me a printout of every single cooking term. I'm gonna have it in front of me next week. You'll not catch me again.
Yeah,
you will not catch me again.
To finish the show, chaps, we've got embarrassing moments when you've eaten out. There must be something. I mean, God, I'm 52, nearly 53. John's 57. Are you, John? 58. Sorry, got that wrong. Nick, what are you?
67.
67. Right. Chris, you are?
55.
55. There's some experience here. There must be some really embarrassing moments when eating out.
I've got one. It's not particularly exciting, but I remember going for a meal with a guy that was quite reasonably important to me, and he wore a pure white silk shirt. I'm gassing away, and I think I had pork chops or something, gravy, and I was getting, as I tend to do, quite garrulous and chatty. I cut this pork chop up, and it slipped off the plate, but it kind of sprayed him in gravy, and I can't describe just how much gravy ended up from a tiny forkful. It covered his white silk shirt in gravy. It ruined everything. He just stared at me, and I was, I'm terribly sorry, and dabbed it down. But you cannot describe how much gravy. He looked like cars had gone through mud in front of him. It was unreal. That was dreadful. I just wanted it to end then. So yeah, that would be the worst by a mile, actually.
Yeah, mine would be Chinese restaurant in Swallownest near Sheffield. It was with my ex-wife and all her friends and family, and the table are about 20, you know what it's like. And I've not been that well all day, really.
Ooh, me guts.
Yeah. So we had plenty of Chinese and stuff. Not only did I let off the most revolting fart I think you've ever smelt to man, but I'd actually followed through on top of that. I thought, I can't get up, because I'm thinking, if I get up and it's gone through on my trousers, people are going to see it. Yeah.
Right.
So I thought, I ain't moving. But then, because I weren't moving, smell got stronger. I'd soiled myself. Everyone's smelling this shitty smell. Again, being a professional gambler, you weigh up your options quite quickly. No, you
5 to 6
you have to stay. You cannot get up. Yeah. In fact, I was the last to leave, so I'm there paid bill.
He's still there now. He still hasn't moved. Yeah.
Everyone's left, and I've got to just stay in my chair until they've all gone.
God.
So that's my most embarrassing one ever. Yeah.
I bet people would have gone out saying, "Any rude? He didn't stand up to say goodbye. Any rude?"
Yeah, women were bending down, give me a hug, and then men are checking, and I'm checking my hands. Yeah.
Did they recoil? And I was like, "Oh, and he stinks." Yeah.
There was a stain on my trousers, so I was right to do so.
No.
You called it right.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Follow that, boys. I don't think you can beat that, can
no.
you?
There you go, John.
No. I once walked slap into a glass jar in the old plough in Ashley. I was coming back from the toilet. There was mitigation, though, because when we went in, the door had been wedged open and remained wedged open until I went to the toilet. Then I came back, and somebody had shut the door, but it was one of them. There was no frame to it as such. And of course, to keep everything right in there, highly buffed and clean and everything, I just had no idea there was a door there. I just went splat straight into it.
I'm only laughing because I know you.
It made a hell of a rattle as I hit it, of course, and everybody's looking round. I couldn't get to my seat quick enough.
John, I'd be howling. I'm sorry, mate. I'd be absolutely howling.
Absolutely mortified.
I do laugh at things like that, though. Nick, there must be something.
It's about the early 90s, and I used to get free tickets. We've been to Lords to see on the Sunday of the Test match, England v Pakistan. And, of course, we've had a good few drinks. And we've come back to this restaurant in Hendon on a Sunday night, and it was quite full. They look well-to-do, and we're half-cut anyway, so they're looking at us in horror. We had another couple of drinks and something to eat. And I only got £8. He said, I've only got a favour. Scottish guy. I thought, we're going to have to get your girlfriend out to give us some money. There was a day before mobile phones, so Dave scooted off to the counter and said, can we borrow the phone? He phoned up his girlfriend, who's obviously over in. He got it the wrong way. He's in, do you mean you're not paying? I said, yeah, it's all right, we're all right. And everyone's looking at us in horror as if we're
good for it.
She's come in, and I forgot she was 5 months pregnant. She had the complete and utter hump of coming out to bail us out. She come in, everyone looked at us as if we were absolute scum.
Scum,
you're scum. You got a woman to pay for drunk as well. No. And then I got outside, and she's about to drive him home. I said, any chance we'll live? She said, no, I had to get a bus.
To finish the show, question of the week. We'll do this as a poll, actually.
Yeah.
Chain pub food.
Yeah.
Yes or no? We'll be brief on this. So Chris, chain pub food.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
definitely.
you love it. You love a chain.
I'll eat anything I'll eat. Yeah, definitely.
Nick, chain pub food.
No.
Yes or no?
No.
A resounding no
Philistines.
from Nick. It's like 3-year-old fillies maidens in horse racing.
Yeah, you don't like them. You can't convince him.
No.
Can't convince him.
John.
No.
I'm going to say it's a general no. There might be the odd one that's not too bad, but it's a general no. Chain pub food can get in the... But we'll do a poll on that.
You're all snobs.
What do you think, listeners? Yes, are we snobs? Are we all old snobs? Terrible, this. Get in touch. Comment on YouTube. We love all the comments. We'll discuss it. But I hope you enjoyed this week. That's all from us. Bye for now.